Hello, our dear viewers and listeners who are tuned in, those of you who are following us by the use of our social media platforms. We welcome you all to the program, to the show. It's the Teens Voice. And in this program, we get to hear from the teens themselves. We get to hear what exactly is going on in their lives, what it is they are advocating for, what they wish for us to know and not to know. So it's basically Teens Voice. I get to speak out with them. We get to share. We hear their perspectives on issues pertaining life. It is such a tough time. The whole world has been hit by a pandemic, COVID-19. It has affected the teenagers. And today we are not here to discuss the effects, but today we have a very strong notion, a topic in the house, and we are going to be discussing about the essence or the importance of informal education. Yeah, they receive their education in schools, in their classrooms, but of course there is that bit of informal education. Precisely what I'm talking about is skilling, handy skills, the importance of handy skills in the life of a teenager. As a teenager, how do you benefit from such skills? There are skills that help us be the best, make the most out of our lives. Skills like weaving, skills like tailoring, skills like hairdressing, skills like carpentry, and lots of them. Bakery, there are many, and you're going to get to hear of them. But in this generation where we are living in, we notice that there are still people who shun such education, such skills. They're like, if I go for handy skills, if I learn how to weave, how to tailor, how to do shoemaking, how will it help me? They think it's for the less privileged. They think it is for people who are somehow lacking maybe in their knowledge or understanding. But today we are yet to know what is the essence of such education, what is the importance of such skills, and we're going to be hearing from the panel that I have here with me. But first, I had to introduce the topic just like that, and now I'm going to get to hear from them. I'm going to give them an opportunity to greet you, to say hello, let them make known their names to you people, beginning with the gentleman here.
First of all, my name is Nabala Owen, and I want to thank you all for joining us and viewing our videos via our social media handles and other platforms. Thank you very much for keeping it on Euphoria Radio Uganda.
Yes, thank you so much, Owen. Yes, on this hand side.
Hello, our listeners. My name is Tasara Maria from Youth for Charity Missions International. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you so much for listening to us.
Hello, our viewers. We welcome you to this talk show, The Teens Voice, and we know that by the end of it, you are going to learn something, and I'm Nadia Joan.
Yes, Joan, Owen, and Maria. That's the beautiful panel that I have with me here. Remember, we are talking about something that is essential as we go through COVID-19, as we go through such a time. What is the essence of having such knowledge spread to your child? Maybe you are skilled, you have the ability to maybe practice bakery, maybe you have the ability to do hairdressing. Will it be so essential, or would it be so essential for your kid to step in the same shoes, to have the same knowledge as you? Or would it be essential for such skills to be advocated for in schools? We are going to get to know about that. When we look at Uganda right now, the biggest population is covered by young people. Young people, I mean adolescents, people below the age of 18. And half of this population is under self-employment. Then a quarter of it is underpaid employment. We see that the biggest percentage is under self-employment. People are employed on their own. They can make their own money. How? We are yet to know about that. Yes, so to start with Owen. Owen, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so very much for always airing out your views and opinions. We so much appreciate. To start with you, do you think it's really important to have such skills as a teenager?
Of course, these skills are very important, beginning with what the machine in front of us.
Yes.
It was creativity and innovation.
Yeah.
That who made it put more skills in it, put their creativity in it. So skills, I think they bring creativity to the teens.
Yeah.
We think of how to make the things we have looked at that are around us more better than they are. and to increase their purpose.
Yeah.
So innovation in these skills that we earn or that we get is very important, because it adds on us knowledge and understanding on how to move on.
So to cut you short, Owen, what are these skills, or what exactly is this course? What is that? I want you to explain that more. You're talking about being creative and innovation. Like, for instance, what example of a skill would bring about creativity?
There is carpentry, number one.
Yes.
Carpentry, you design anything from timber, either wood, and it gives you that innovation of painting it to come out, to bring it out.
Okay.
When it is attracting to everyone that sees it. So that innovation to brings even craft and art.
Yeah.
If you are practicing these skills, they keep on bringing other things that you won't know, or that you could not expect to know. The skills keep on bringing that. The skills bring near to us.
I get what you're trying to say. So basically, skilling helps to build creativity and innovation.
Yeah.
Okay, another please.
Another one is it can be done as part-time jobs, or we can, if you are free from your routine work, from your routine job. Maybe you are working in an office. Talking about the teens that are 18 and above, or that are from either HSCs, from secondary schools. If you have these skills, this is the time that you use these skills. You are in your vacation, you know about bakery, you can help in bakery and you can earn money, which brings in it brings in independent. You can become independent for yourself. Okay,
with that said, thank you so much. So we hope that when you are skilled, you have knowledge about something that you can do, something handy. Are you skilled?
Yeah, I'm skilled.
You are. What can you do?
I can do journalism.
That's great.
And teach computer, because it is also
computer skills. Actually, yes. From what Owen has just told us, computer skills, that falls in the sector of formal, because computer skills are taught in class sometimes, but there are schools that do not have that. So we are looking at the essence of informal education, or you would call it skilling. Let's just base it under that, because such things sometimes are taught out of class. They are taught in institutions. They are taught in vocations. So of course, computer skills does fall under formal, but of course it's essential. The fact that it's a skill, you get to use your hands to do something. Yes, Joanne, let us know your opinion.
This skilling, it also gives us, or it adds on us, wider knowledge, in that you can get the knowledge which you didn't get in class, because in class they will just focus on the work which will help you to get in the office, but in this skilling you can learn how to bake and you do your carpentry, so it gives us wider knowledge.
Wider knowledge from what is given in class.
Yes.
By wider knowledge, how do you mean wider knowledge about what? What are you able to do if you say wider knowledge?
It gives us critical thinking. You think beyond class.
Exactly, that's beautiful. I like that. Critical thinking and problem solving, because you get to know if there is need for something at home, and I have a skill in bakery, I can do that. My sisters, they need their hair fixed, and I'm here, I know how to do hairdressing. I can plait someone's hair. Okay, please go on.
And there's another one. It helps you to be independent. A person who is 18 and above, when you have some skills like bakery or tailoring, you can earn money and you buy for yourself your basic needs. You don't go that you ask them for your parents, you just get them by you, because you have somewhere where you get money.
Okay, so Joanne, are you independent? Should we say you are independent? You provide for yourself what you need?
I'm not yet independent.
You are not yet independent. Yes, the parents who are tuned in, we are talking about the importance of skilling teenagers. And by skilling, we mean giving them that education, that bit of education. Do you think it's really vital for your kid to know about hairdressing? If it's not hairdressing, poetry, if it's not that, weaving, knitting, all of them say bakery and confectionery, all those skills that need you to get handy, that need you to get down and do something. Do you think it's really worth it for a kid to receive such education? Because we see kids go to school and they learn mathematics, it's essential, it's basic. They learn physics, they learn chemistry, they learn all those things, but it's also important. From what I've heard so far, these kids are talking about independence, they are talking about increase of knowledge, problem solving, critical thinking. Let's get to hear from Maria what she has to say.
Skilling is really very good to us because if you have skilling in bakery, it's a source of food. Because if you know how to bake cakes, to bake mandazi, to bake chapatis, you can't go to buy food when those things are there. So it helps you to not cost a lot of money. You save. Because you can't leave your things here. You can even eat one thing, you'll be full. But if you go to buy food, it's expensive.
It's expensive. So you eat from what you do.
Yeah.
That is a skill of bakery and confectionery. Okay.
And another skill, if you have skilling in carpentry, it helps us to get used to know how to use our resources. Because if you are a carpenter, you get furniture. But if we have trees in our communities, in our villages, so you can't go abroad to get that timber to use to make it for furniture. So you get from the local market, you get from what is here. Okay, I get. That is it. That is beautiful. That is another importance of skilling. People get to use what is there. For instance, let's take an example like these kids are talking here, like they are sharing out. If it's bakery, you get to pick from what you have. There are people who do things like pots. All of that, you look in the environment and the kind of soil they need, the equipment that they need, they are right in the environment. You don't have to go somewhere looking for it. So you literally use what is in the environment. Yes, those that are just tuning in, you are tuned into the UFOCOM Radio Uganda. Thank you so much for listening, for following us by the usual our social media platforms. We are so glad to be serving you people. And right now we are in for a program, The Teenager's Voice. And today we have an interesting topic in the house. What is the importance of skilling teenagers? Teenagers go to school. We pay for them school fees, you give them basic needs, you give them everything. But is that enough? What if tomorrow they graduate and they are out of school? What next for them? If at all a teenager looks for a job, or even an adult, you look for a job and you can't find one. What next? Do you have to sit back at home, or you can involve yourself in something, or you can go and do mechanics somewhere, or you can go and do something handy? That is what we are looking at. So Joanne, tell us, what is another important aspect, or what else is important about skilling teenagers?
Skilling, it is also good in that it is a poverty elimination. That when you are doing your skilling, those things, they will buy them and you will earn money. So I don't think that you will be poor or you will need something when you have money.
So you are able to foot your own bills. Like she told us she's not yet independent, but she's about to get there. Because if you're making money, you buy for yourself things that you need. In other words, you are employed. So poverty will be eliminated. Parents, please, let's listen to these voices. Let's advocate for the same thing. Let's have our kids learn all of these things. Yes, Owen?
Another thing, as you begin up or you set up a business, you have started to be independent. You learn in that in your business, you have to start budgeting, you have to start thinking, you have to start thinking on how to go ahead. So as she said, wider knowledge, it brings in that in my business, I put in this and I have to come out with this. So we get used to the wider, worldwide all the open world of business.
Yeah.
There are things that we keep on learning because of skills. As you say that they add on to us knowledge outside class.
Yes.
So they keep on adding on to us knowledge outside class, and even in the world of business, we keep on learning how to be smart in our businesses, in the small industries or industry businesses that we begin with our skills. Because if you look to, as you said, when we have just begun, that the bigger percentage is of the teens that have begun
young people.
With businesses.
Yeah.
So it is the same way that they have begun our businesses. So it teaches them to be straight to the meat in that they have started.
Okay, with that said, Owen, do you think it's important for you as a teenager to have a business or to start up a business? Because you are defending teenagers in business. Do you think it's important?
No, it may not be important right now, but we talk about those teenagers that are 18 and above. Because in Uganda, a teenager who is 18 and above can decide as it is.
Even in some countries. Even in some countries, actually, when you get 16, you are free enough, you are a grown-up. But in Uganda, it starts with 18. So it's okay.
We are talking about those of 18 years and above.
So if it is not important to you, do you think it is important that we have such a show that you gain the skills if business is not important to you?
It is important that we gain such skills because right now, if you have a skill, like I say in journalism, you are learning. You have to be accurate. In order to take someone a photo, you have to be accurate. So we keep on learning. It is important. Okay,
I get the point. Whatever skill it is important. Like I talked about people using what is in the environment, pottery. If I told you to make pots, people make pots and sell them. People plant flowers in pots. People use pots as a source of, I don't want to say a source, but they use it, they pour water into it and drink that. It's more like a fridge. So they store water in there. So if it's mechanics that you're doing as a skill, it's okay. Whatever you teach a teenager, it might not be, apparently they may not be able to step out and do the business, but like Owen said, it broadens your knowledge, it gives you the knowledge about it. Yes, Maria, what do you have to say?
Me, I said that skilling is really good to us. As I said at first, because it creates employment to us. Because if you have any skilling in bakery, weaving, plating,
tailoring,
others, you are able to get jobs. You can start your business, even if it's small, it can enlarge later. So you can't sit home and say, I don't have a job when you have any skill. Okay, so that's it, it's employment. Any other thing to tell us about the essence of skilling? Skilling is really good to us, and it helps us as teenagers to not be idle. During this time of COVID-19, you can be able to be at home, you start weaving, you start learning how to plant hair, so that when you leave this time of COVID-19, you don't regret. You say, hey, I didn't use hair this time.
So Maria, are you skilled? Do you have any skill at your fingertips?
Yeah, I have a skill.
What can you do? Tell us about it.
Me, I am able to stand in front of teenagers to counsel them, to tell them the bad things which comes out of sex when we are still young. Yes,
okay. With that said, that is a kind of skill, it's communication. That is a skill that falls under formal. But now I'm trying to ask something informal, something that you can do with your hands. Can you plait hair? If I came to you, can you plait my hair? Can you do bakery? Can you, whatever it is, can you do tailoring? Like I see you with a mask. Can you make a mask? That's what I'm asking. Can you do anything of that kind?
Me, I know bakery.
You know bakery. That's interesting. That is interesting. Besides that, she has also a skill in communication, which is excellent. Let me go to this other young lady of mine that is smiling the entire time. Yes, John?
Yes, I also have a skill. I am also in bakery.
You're in bakery.
Yes.
So all of you are doing bakery. Is it like a must?
It is not like a must,
Yeah.
but me, I just enjoy doing bakery.
You enjoy doing bakery.
Yes.
Okay. Owen already told us his own. So yes, that is it. That is it. All these children, the people that I'm seated with here, they have skills. There are others who even have barber skills. Someone can trim off your hair. That is also a skill, because during this time of COVID-19, you're not able to go to class and study. There are things that you cannot do. But if at all you have such a skill, even when you're staying at home, you still can practice it. You can still plait someone's hair. You can still go and make a pot, like we said. If it's mechanics, you get to learn about vehicles. If it's tailoring, you still can make something small. Like we said, if school is done, or if you drop out of school, what next for you? At least you can do something. You have set up a foundation for yourself. So skilling is important. Is that what we are trying to say? Is it better than the white collar jobs?
Yeah, it is better. Because white collar jobs, if you see, most of them, they wait for a month.
Yeah.
There are those that wait for an
Yes.
a year
Yeah.
to get over to be paid. But when you have a skill, you earn, as you said, you are able to pay off some bills.
Yeah.
You are able to pay off some days. You know, most of these people that work for different officials or that work for different offices,
Yeah.
apart from government, we
Yeah.
look at tailors, bank tailors, tellers.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
tellers.
it's okay.
Yeah, they wait for a 4 months to be paid. And you look at the amount of money they are able to earn in a month, it cannot satisfy all their needs or risks. So they have to look for skills. What am I trying to mean? If you have a skill, as I said, part-time job, after this job on weekend, maybe barber skills on Saturday or Sunday, you are able to work out some money to enable or to satisfy your basic needs.
Yeah, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. You are hearing from the teenagers themselves.
You can also go for skilling to add on your job. You'll be there when you have at least 2 jobs. When you are waiting for a job, or because you may finish your education, but when you don't have a job at that time, you can go on with your skilling, the one which you have in your head.
Okay, that's interesting. Me, I thought like it is something that I should not even think about. I already have my degree, I have my bachelor. What is the importance of being skilled? Maria, anything you have to say?
Me, what I want to say is all of them, they are good to us.
Yes.
Because nowadays people, they see that if you don't have a degree, you didn't study.
Yeah.
But it's not true. Because you can find those people who have degrees when they are the one, most of them lacking jobs. And those who have skilling in some things, they have jobs. Because how many saloons are here in our country?
Yeah.
Even the tailors. Because if the cloth gets done, you have to take it to the tailor. So gets her money or his money day to day than those people who sits in the office to
wait for monthly salary. Wow. That's interesting. You are getting to hear from the teenagers themselves. Each and every one of them seated here has told me that they have a skill. There is something they can do best. There is something at least they can do. Let's say they have dropped out of school, of course, God forbid. What would they do tomorrow? I'm glad that they all can do something. They can cook something. They can prepare something. So parents, please, let's not think that if at all I'm talking skilling or to skill a child, it means they are maybe lacking something, or they are less in knowledge, or they are not advanced in their thinking. No. Skilling knows no limits. You still can go, even when you have your bachelor's degree, even when you are well educated. There are actually skilling institutions where parents are in class with their children. Yes. They are all getting to study. That is how skilling is good. It doesn't isolate. Regardless of your age, you still can go back and get that skill. So let's learn. And some of these skills, we learn them. Let's get to know from my teenagers. How do we learn these skills? Anyone who wants to take up that question?
to learn these skills, as you have said, their institutions.
Yes.
Their parents get in touch with their children.
Where teachers get in touch with their students, yes.
To teach them how to bake, as she has said, how to do different things, mechanics, because no one is born with mechanics in their head.
Yeah.
So that is a skill to know motor engineering. How can I do this? How can I do this? So skilling is very important. And to take up this, if a parent knows a certain skill, the parent can pass that very skill.
So you mean a parent can also teach their child?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Can pass to the child, to the teenager.
Yeah.
Than wasting money or again paying money for that certain skill which a parent currently knows or knows in particular. Yeah. So parents, it's your work to again teach the teenagers, your children, about the skills that you have or that you obtained.
Okay, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. You can actually transfer your skill to your daughter. You can transfer your skill to your son. In Uganda, that has been advocated for, and apparently we have skilling institutions. We have children, women who are into such education, and that is good. So let's make good use of the COVID-19 time. Let's pass on such skills. Let's teach our children. If you cannot, even the internet, you can learn from the internet. The internet is the home to many things. You can get knowledge from there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening in. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate. Always tune in to the U4Com Radio. Follow us by the use of our social handles. But before we close, I just want each and everyone to say something, to share out. Maybe they're advocating for something. Please, feel free.
Thank you for keeping yourself on U4Com Radio Uganda. And I would like to thank you all parents for this time that are continuing to be with your parents, to be with your children, to be in touch with them. My voice is that during this time, as I've said, that a parent can pass a skill to a child, to a teenager. It's my call that you can teach, that you can pass that very knowledge. You never know what is coming. The teenager that is within there can help to handle or to go with the family or to help the family financially and in another way.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. We're calling upon parents to use this time.
Me, what I want to tell to our dear parents listening is that in order to protect their children or to keep them safe during this time of COVID-19, what I said that is they sit down together and a parent, you give any skill which you have to your child in order so that she or he should have a skill in life. Because nowadays, to get good jobs, you have to be with a skill.
Actually, someone said it can be part-time. You work in office, over the weekend you're doing something skillful. Yes, Stewart?
Me, I would call upon the government to build for us more schools which will help us to get this informal education because it is very important to people and to the teens.
Yes, those are teenagers advocating for skilling or handy skills in their day-to-day lives. Thank you all for following us on our media channels and for tuning in. We are running a campaign that is a response during this COVID-19. We are responding to the needs of young people, women and girls at large. For any kind of support, please make use of the information that is right on your screen to get to us. We appreciate. Thank you.